Hi, I'm Scott,
And I'm Luke.
and we're Android guys,
Give us 5 to 10 minutes of your day
and we'll tell you about a product or service.
or an app that you might be interested in.
On today's episode, a wearable Bluetooth accessory with lights.
Hey, Scott, what do you got for today?
Hey, today I will be talking to you about the Buddy Beat Light with call answering.
That sounds like words that don't fit together.
I'm giving you a lot to think about, right?
So, a light with
Yep.
call answering.
Yeah.
All right. What is this thing?
Okay, so actually, think of it this way. Think of Bluetooth wearable that would
Okay.
go around your neck.
Okay.
That as it drapes, then it also has lights at the end of it that you can use to kind of shine. Let's say, for instance, you're in bed trying to read
Yeah.
and you don't want to turn the light on. You can actually turn the lights on for this, and you can kind of point them and angle them at your book or whatever.
Okay.
Or, for instance, you might be the type of person who works in the field.
Yeah.
And your day starts in the dark or maybe ends in the dark.
Sure.
And you need to do like notes or anything where you have to work.
Yeah.
You can't hold a light with your hands. It would
Right.
be easier if you had a headlamp or a flashlight.
Yeah.
This is the type of thing that you would have that you can kind of turn those lights on.
But it's also audio device.
It's also audio.
All right.
So, yeah.
All right. That makes a little more sense.
Yeah. You want to hear some more?
Yeah. Let's take a break and then you tell me all about it.
You got it.
All right. So you're talking about the Buddy Beat.
Buddy Beat is the name of it. Yeah.
These are a Bluetooth audio device that has a light attached to it.
Yes. The ends of them are kind of like magnetic.
Yeah.
Around your neck. You can pull them apart, and then you can kind of like bend and flex the tubes and point them in whatever kind of direction you need to.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, if you want to center them a little bit, you can. Or if you want to kind of point them out to kind of create a wider halo. It's not overly bright light.
Sure.
It's not something where you're carrying around a flashlight.
Right.
But it would be great for if you're camping.
Yeah.
If you're in a tent, put these around your neck.
Yeah.
Perfect amount of light for that.
Yeah.
And then it just so happens that there are speakers built into the parts that are kind of like on your shoulders.
Uh-huh.
And then the sound comes up. So it kind of like rises up to meet you right about your ears. So it's not unlike having a pair of headphones that have like passive or ambient listening.
Yeah.
To kind of listen to your environment. Or sometimes you see sunglasses that have Bluetooth built into it.
Yep.
Where you can hear it. It sounds good. It's not designed for, a great audio experience.
Yeah, it's personal sound. It's not everybody's sound.
Yeah. And it's more for convenience than like pure enjoyment.
Sure.
So if you would like to listen to a podcast or playlists or take calls while you're working, this kind of thing can hang around your neck, and you can send, you can take your calls that way. And then you can also, if you need to turn the light on, you can do that. You can do both at the same time.
Sure.
And you'll get mixed mileage kind of results out of that as well.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's kind of a niche thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things that you only would get it when you need it. It's headphones are one of those things that everybody needs a pair of headphones because there's always a time where you're going to want headphones. This thing, it's one of those that's like, oh, in the right situation, I could find myself using that more, or I could change my habits to use this more.
And it's designed in a way that you kind of think of like, you could see somebody out there in the world doing something going, what would be nice is if this just had lights on it.
Right.
Like we've seen those earbuds that you used to wear around the back of your neck. Yep. We just kind of pull the earbuds up to you.
Yep.
It's like that with lights on the end.
Right.
And that's really what it is. So but it feels like a finished product. It doesn't feel like a hybrid kind of like, well, they started out as a lamp and we threw speakers in them.
Sure.
But it doesn't feel like these are, great earbuds that we also added a light to it.
Sure.
But kind of meets somewhere in the middle of that.
What's the What's the audio quality like?
It's not bad.
Okay.
There's not going to be a bunch of layer to it, but it's loud and clear.
Nice.
So in an environment like, here at the office, if I'm wearing that, it sounds just fine.
Yeah.
And if I'm out, doing maybe working in the field, taking calls occasionally, if I'm camping, it's perfectly fine to kind of, walk around. If I'm riding a bike, that type of thing, it's going to be just fine for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. They're $65.
Okay.
They're available in 4 colors. There's a pair that's black, white. There's a camouflage one, and then there's a lime green one, which it looks more like
kind of like a safety color greenish.
Yeah, like a fluorescent, almost like a zesty yellow kind of color to it. The camo is camo. I mean, it's all the way, pretty much around the edge.
Okay.
So it's one of those things. I think if somebody has, it's an itch that you can scratch.
Right.
It's
well,
this would be nice.
I think the 2 examples you gave are perfect examples. The person that works out in the field, start their day early when it's dark, or ends their day when it's starting to get dark. That type of person, like construction or something. I think that's a perfect use case. I could see, listening to music and reading a book or something, or at night, or if you're just trying to listen to a podcast, maybe early in the morning, when everybody else in the house is asleep, and you're trying to make coffee, you have a little light, you don't have to turn on the lights in the house.
Or something for your kid if they want to, read a book under the blanket, or they're just laying there in bed and they want to listen to some music and read or do whatever. It'll do both. You're looking at about 10 hours of speaker sound, audio, and about 20 hours if you're just doing like the LED light.
Okay.
And if you're doing both, you're looking at about a combined total of about 6 hours.
Okay.
So depending on what you need to do, you might be charging it every couple of days.
Yeah.
Maybe less, maybe more. I could see this being the kind of thing that maybe if you're in charge of like security and stamping people's hands, or checking IDs, it's like having an extra light under you that you can just kind of have right at your chest. So, and if you need to take a call, you can do that. So yeah, it's called the Buddy Beat, and you can find it at Spice of Life USA.
All right.
That's the name of the website. They have a whole bunch of other products in there to check out. But it's the Buddy Beat Light with call answering.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, comments, anything, shoot us an email at podcast@AndroidGuys.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Luke, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Luke Gaul, Gaul.
And I'm on Instagram at Scott Webster and Twitter as SWebster77. Until next time, thanks for listening.
See ya.